Dear viewers, എല്ലാവർക്കും നോൺ വൊക്കേഷണൽ ടീച്ചർ ഇൻ ജനറൽ ഫൗണ്ടേഷൻ കോഴ്സിൻ്റെ മറ്റൊരു വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. ഈ വീഡിയോയിൽ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത് റിസർച്ച് മെത്തഡോളജി ആൻഡ് സ്റ്റാറ്റിസ്റ്റിക്സിൻ്റെ മെയിൻ പോയിൻറ്റ്സ് ആണ്. വീഡിയോ ഉപകാരപ്രദമായെങ്കിൽ ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യാനും ഷെയർ ചെയ്യാനും മറക്കരുത്. ഈ ചാനലൊന്ന് സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യണേ. നമുക്ക് മെയിൻ പോയിൻറ്റ്സ് നോക്കാം. ഫസ്റ്റ് പോയിന്റ്, സൈമൺ ലാപ്പേഴ്സ് പ്രൊവൈഡ് ദി ഡെഫിനിഷൻ ഫോർ പ്രോബബിലിറ്റി. സൈമൺ ലാപ്പേഴ്സ് പ്രൊവൈഡ് ദി ഡെഫിനിഷൻ ഫോർ പ്രോബബിലിറ്റി. അടുത്ത പോയിന്റ്, ബൈനോമിയൽ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ വാസ് ഫസ്റ്റ് ഡിറൈവ്ഡ് ബൈ ജെയിംസ് ബെർണോളി. ബൈനോമിയൽ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ വാസ് ഫസ്റ്റ് ഡിറൈവ്ഡ് ബൈ ജെയിംസ് ബെർണോളി. പോസോൺ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ ഡിറൈവ്ഡ് ബൈ സൈമൺ ഡി പോസോൺ. പോസോൺ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ ഡിറൈവ്ഡ് ബൈ സൈമൺ ഡി പോസോൺ. പോസോൺ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ ആസ് ലിമിറ്റിംഗ് കേസ് ഓഫ് ബൈനോമിയൽ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ. Poisson distribution as a limiting case of binomial distribution. Normal distribution was first used by De Moivre. Normal distribution was first used by De Moivre. Normal distribution is also known as Gaussian distribution. Normal distribution is also known as Gaussian distribution. Hypothesis which is stated as for the purpose of possible acceptance is called a null hypothesis. Hypothesis which is stated as for the purpose of possible acceptance is called a null hypothesis. The maximum probability of committing type 1 error is called a level of significance. The maximum probability of committing type 1 error is called a level of significance. Standard deviation of a sampling distribution is called a standard error. Standard deviation of sampling distribution is called a standard error. Chi-square test is a non-parametric test. Chi-square test is a non-parametric test. Accepting null hypothesis when it is false. Type 2 error. Accepting null hypothesis when it is false. Type 2 error. The power of a test refers to ability to reject the null hypothesis. The power of test refers to ability to reject null hypothesis. The probability of an event is P. The probability of its complementary event will be 1 minus P. If the probability of an event is P, the probability of its complementary event will be 1 minus P. In a goodness of fit test, we use chi-square statistics. In a goodness of fit test, we use chi-square statistics. Population mean is a parameter. Sampling mean is a statistics. Population mean is a parameter. Sampling mean is a statistics. Exploratory research studies are called formulative research. Exploratory research studies are called formulative research. A comprehensive review of a book, article and report is called a literature review. A comprehensive review of book, article and report is called a literature review. Which data collection method does not require respondent willingness? It is observation. Observation method does not require respondent's willingness. Random sampling is also known as probability sampling. Random sampling is also known as probability sampling. Which word used for column heading, caption, row heading, stump? Which word used for column heading, caption, row heading, stumps? Descriptive research conducted with the object of fact-finding. Descriptive research conducted with the object of fact-finding. Random sampling under restricted sampling technique is called a complex random sampling. Random sampling under restricted sampling techniques is called a complex random sampling. Correlation coefficient is always between -1 and +1. Correlation coefficient is always between -1 and +1. The square of coefficient of correlation known as coefficient of determination. The square of coefficient of correlation known as coefficient of determination. It is a blueprint of proposed study is called a research design. It is a blueprint of proposed study. It is called a research design. Different ways in which number of objects can be arranged in a definite order. Permutation. Different way in which number of objects can be arranged in a definite order. Permutation. The mean of squared deviation from mean is called a standard deviation. The mean of squared deviation from mean. It is called a standard deviation. The concept of standard deviation introduced by Carl Pearson. The concept of standard deviation introduced by Carl Pearson. It is a barometer of economic activity. Index number. Index number is a barometer of economic activity. Consumer price index number is called a cost of living index number. Consumer price index number is called a cost of living index number. It is a statistical observation arranged in a chronological order. It is time series. Time series is a set of statistical observation arranged in a chronological order. Laspeyer's formula method is used to calculate consumer price index. Laspeyer's formula method used for calculate consumer price index. Fisher method of calculating index number is based on geometric mean. Fisher method of calculating index number is based on geometric mean. The purchasing power of money is a reciprocal of price index number. Purchasing power of money is a reciprocal of price index number. Which index number is called the ideal index number? Fisher's index number is called the ideal index number. Ideal index number is Fisher's index number. Fisher's ideal index number is a geometric mean of Laspeyer's and Parshall's index. Fisher's ideal index number is a geometric mean of Parshall's and Laspeyer's index. Harmonic mean is best suitable measure of central tendency to construct index number. Harmonic mean is the best suitable measure of central tendency to construct index number. Statistical constant is not affected by extreme value. Harmonic mean. Harmonic mean is not affected by extreme value. Median is better suited to open-ended series. Median is best suited average to open-ended series. Graph of time series is called a histogram. The graph of time series is called a histogram. The method of moving average is used to find secular trend. The method of moving average is used to find secular trend. The rise and fall of time series over a period longer than 1 year. Cyclical variation. Cyclical variation is the rise and fall of time series over a period of longer than 1 year. A pattern that is repeated through a time series and has a recurrence period of at most 1 year is called seasonal variation. A pattern that repeated through a time series and has a recurrence period of at most 1 year is called a seasonal variation. Probability density function is associated with a continuous random variable. Probability density function is associated with the continuous random variables. Which of the following parameter control the relative flatness of normal distribution? Standard deviation. Standard deviation parameter control the relative flatness of normal distribution. Normal distribution is mesokurtic. Normal distribution is mesokurtic. Gini coefficient is a statistical measure of economic inequality in a population. Gini coefficient is a statistical measure of economic inequality in a population. Cumulative frequency curve is called ogive. Cumulative frequency curve is called ogive. Empirical relationship of average. Mod equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Empirical relationship of average mod equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Statics is the science of counting. Bowley. Static is a science of counting. Bowley. Who is the father of modern statics? R.A. Fisher. R.A. Fisher is the father of modern statics. Who is the father of Indian statics? P.C. Mahanobiles. P.C. Mahanobiles as the father of Indian statics. Who coined the term statics? Gottfried Agenwald. Gottfried Agenwald coined the term statics.